Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. And this afternoon, we just had the FOMC announcement come out. You can see it on the charts here by the giant green candlestick that just happened here. We tested lower and have spiked higher. And what I want to do today is just show you a couple quick studies based off of FOMC announcement going into the close and how the price action is developing. So there is a little bit of a difference on the biases depending on if we're holding in the top portion of the range versus the bottom portion of the range at 3 p.m. So let me go ahead and set this up and we will look at the results together. So I'm going to be using all four instruments for this test. We will use an intraday time-based entry of 3 p.m. Eastern time. We do have a speaker coming on at 2:30, so that will likely have a bit of an impact on the price action, and we'll be able to see ahead of time what this looks like. So let me go into post-open filters here and define the intraday price action that is happening after that announcement. I'm going to put that we are trading in the top half of the intraday range. At the time of this recording, that's where we are at. We will look at both instances though. And then I'm going to come into market events and say today is the FOMC announcement day. So by testing this at 3 p.m. on FOMC announcement day, we're seeing the results of after the announcement has come out. What is the reaction if we are trading in the top half of the range going into the close? So let me view the results here. And here are the results for going long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time on FOMC announcement day. If you're trading in the top 50% of the intraday range for that day. So if you're trading in the top portion of the range, historically, the ES on its 80 samples has had a 46% win rate. So not good, but not necessarily bad either. The NASDAQ coming in 81 samples and right at 50-50 for that one. YM, Russell both hanging around that 80 mark as well. And those win rates are hanging right around 50% as well. So ES is the weakest at 46%. But what I'm seeing here is basically there's not really a directional edge. We're not seeing that confirmed across the markets here. We're just seeing ES just a touch lighter than the others. So no real edge into the close if trading in the top half of the range. Now what I want to do is just change it up and look at what happens if we're trading in the bottom half of the range, because that could certainly be possible going into the close. So here are the results. The same setup of FOMC announcement day, 3 p.m. entry and exiting at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The only difference here is this is if you are trading in the bottom half of the intraday range going into the closing portion of the day. So if you're getting what would likely be a negative reaction to that FOMC announcement, this has been pretty weak. This is set up as a long, so this has been pretty weak, and we're seeing consensus across all four instruments of the weakness here. So on the one we just looked at a moment ago, if you're trading the top half, they were basically saying no real edge. And now they're saying historically the edge has been on the downside if trading in the bottom half of the range at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on FOMC announcement day. It looks like we got about 50 samples in each of these. So roughly 200 total samples, and all of these coming in pretty weak. 32% for the ES, 43 is the strongest, and that's the NASDAQ. YM and Russell, both 35 and 40%. So overall, bottom portion of the range has been weak historically into the close. Top portion of the range, pretty neutral. No real edge there, historically speaking. So hope you found that interesting. Good luck the rest of the day, and we will see you tomorrow.